This is where the fun begins.
Hello there.
What's going on, guys? An official Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well. And in today's video, we have an update here for the Bad Batch Season 2. So without further ado, we're going to hop right on into it. Of course, as always, I'm going to have that full article linked down in the description down below. Coming from the direct, we're going to be reading that from that today. And another thing, a little bit of a side note here. I know that not too many people are very keen here of the Bad Batch Season 1 overall. But however, my own thoughts and opinions, I was absolutely in love with that overall show. There's so much to really explore here with this time period in the Star Wars timeline. And really, overall, I'm going to share some of the rest of my own thoughts and opinions and even theories and speculations towards the end of the video, so make sure you guys are staying tuned for that as well. Going on to hop into the direct's article here, it's been a bit of time here, but the first season of Star Wars The Bad Batch demonstrated that Lucasfilm Animation remains at the top of its game, like it did for the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels as well. The series began with a chilling sequence of Order 66 and leaving one of their own behind. Clone Force 99 spent the rest of the season mercenary work as the early days of the Empire took the galaxy by storm. The first season's finale, late August, saw the complete destruction of the typical city of Camino, forcing Crosshair to work with his old squad mates to survive. Fans were pleasantly surprised to see that Crosshair would remain with the Empire, signifying an extended run for the series' primary antagonist here, going forth with future seasons, especially for Season 2. There was no specific objective for the rest of the Bad Batch as they leave their home world, leaving room for the story to pick up anywhere else. And as I must mention, this is a huge thing with the Bad Batch, is a lot of Star Wars fans don't really specifically like the overall show here, as I had mentioned here at the beginning of the video, is because they complain about it not having necessarily any type of plot. And in my own thoughts and opinions, well, yes, sure, I have to agree with you. It doesn't really have all that much more of a plot going for it, but it also is kind of signifying what's going on in this time period here with the Star Wars franchise and really the overall Star Wars timeline, where people are kind of, I guess, taking themselves here during this time point in the Star Wars franchise. The Empire is coming into power here as the Republic is falling here, and everybody's just kind of like lost here and kind of just jumbling around here. So yes, I do have to agree with you. While there isn't any type of consistent plot going on here with the Bad Batch, I'm sure soon enough we'll see one actually really consistently pick up here, especially for what's going on with Season 2 here and everything that was set up with the finale here, especially for Season 1 of the Bad Batch and forth going with that as well. I should also mention is that the Bad Batch Season 1 was almost kind of like Lucasfilm Animation testing the waters here, seeing if fans would actually pay attention or still like any of the animation type of shows here and content that they were putting out here, especially as they're moving in with more live action series such as The Mandalorian, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, or the Cassian Andor show here. As the article goes on to continue, also of interest is the cloning storyline's continuation that was teased in the finale's last scene. Kaminoan scientist Nala Su's life was actually spared so that she could work in the Empire here as a scientist. It was actually transported by Imperial commandos to what appeared to be the planet of Wayland, first introduced in Timothy Zahn's here to the Empire, which is all kind of featuring with Thrawn in his storyline, and he is a very big character that was in Star Wars Rebels and is also coming up here for the live action spectrum of things here, especially here for the Ahsoka Tano show. So I'm really on that not too much surprised, and I am definitely looking forward to it at the same time that they are going to hopefully probably bring in a little bit of Thrawn action here for what he's doing in this time period of the Star Wars timeline. And as I had also just mentioned, he's also a huge thing that's also coming up here for the Star Wars franchise, especially here with the Mandalorian universe and everything that they have going on over there, not only with the future and continuing seasons of the Mandalorian, but also with the Book of Boba Fett, Rangers of the New Republic for when that happens, and more or less specifically as he's going to be playing a more huge role here for the Ahsoka Tano show that there's going to be coming in 2023. So the whole idea of bringing him into more animation projects here, such as the Bad Batch, especially kind of wondering what he's doing during this time period. He's a very prominent role here for what's going on with the Empire during this time period for the Empire. Connection that Nala Se has with Omega is far from over, and her work serves as an indicator of more background to everyone's favorite canon development. Darth Sidious and what happens to him with the rise of Skywalker is also a huge thing that they're explaining here, kind of with the Bad Batch and setting up for the future seasons of the show here, specifically with Season 2, and also as we're seeing here more and more with the Mandalorian universe here. And yes, I know that this isn't necessarily a Mandalorian type of video here, but it's something that we were promised by Jon Favreau, this show's creator, is that essentially this whole Mandalorian universe is going to bring it all together here and really connect that 30-year gap between between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens with the sequel trilogy. So essentially there is a lot of different content to be covered here with the Mandalorian universe, and much more to furthermore go ahead and explain here with the whole cloning process and that went on with Snoke and Emperor Palpatine with the Rise of Skywalker. However, as the article goes on to continue, things have been extremely quiet on the Bad Batch front since the finale concluded, with only the only official word being that there would be a second season coming officially from Lucasfilm and Star Wars themselves. Fans had hoped that season 2 would be debuting this spring very soon, much as it did with the first season there on a May 4th release date, which was absolutely a chef's kiss in my own thoughts and opinions. But the release date's removal from a Star Wars Insider magazine put in a lot of doubt, and although that isn't necessarily the most trustworthy source out there, that there being Star Wars themselves or maybe any of the cast and crew members as well out there, it is still a source nonetheless. Star Wars Insider magazine has to be covering some of that more reputable stuff out there as well, so honestly in my own thoughts and opinions, it's still very reliable. Fortunately, the galaxy's biggest convention is right around the corner, that there of course being Star Wars Celebration, and the series is now set for an update here, as they had announced an official panel here for Star Wars Celebration with an official update here for the Bad Batch Season 2. The official Star Wars website officially revealed that the panel dedicated to the Bad Batch will be held at Star Wars Celebration. Already confirmed to be talking about this and taking the stage are executive producers Brad Rue and Jennifer Corbat, story editor Matt M, and voice actors D. Bradley Baker and Michelle Ang. The panel will be taking place on Sunday, May 29th, which promises to look back at the first season and give hints for what we can expect here for Season 2 as well. Now, the overall year here of Star Wars in 2022 is already very jam-packed, and if you guys have been watching the channel long enough, you would know that I call it the Golden Age, or the Beskar Age as we like to call it here on the channel, because it's just filled with so much new upcoming Star Wars content. We already have just about 5 confirmed projects here, of course including Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 2, and a quote here, Baker had shared his excitement for the season in a tweet recently, teasing bigger things here yet to come here for The Bad Batch Season 2, end quote. I'm excited about where we've been, but more so for where we're going, ending the quote right there. However, not to jump around too much here on you guys all that much, kind of as I had mentioned here, the Beskar Age here of Star Wars the year of 2022, I wouldn't necessarily be all that surprised if they were to move the premiere here for the Bad Batch maybe closer towards the end of the year, or maybe even full on just next year, next spring in the year of 2023, although I will have to say I would be heavily very disappointed. Some of the later updates that we have also covered here on the channel were suggesting that the Bad Batch Season 2 would actually be an overlap with some of the other Star Wars content that we're getting later this year. Probably Obi-Wan Kenobi and maybe possibly the Andor show are probably those two, I guess, ones that are kind of up there for what could actually be overlapping here with the Bad Batch Season 2. The article raised Star Wars fans can all agree that an update for the Bad Batch Season 2 is long overdue. Even those of the fans who weren't that crazy about the first season overall have acknowledged appreciation for the places the story went, and particularly the dark turns with Crosshair and Wrecker's inhibitor chip having a malfunction and the destruction of the Kaminoan cloning facilities. With Celebration on the horizon, a panel for Season 2 has to be already a given here, and was always a kind of a given here, as it is now officially confirmed here. I'll kind of give you guys a little bit of a summary here for what we can expect here to see for the Bad Batch Season 2, with official announcements very soon here as Star Wars Celebration is essentially, we're going to have some of the producers take the stage here, the voice actors and all that good stuff taking to the stage here to talk a little bit about the past here with what happened with the Bad Batch and probably Clone Wars Season 7 when they were first introduced here to Star Wars canon, and then their own kind of Season 1 of their own show, and then on top of that where their show is going in the future here with the official Season 2 announcement here. More than likely either an official type of announcement here with a poster, or probably more than likely to have some type of teaser or trailer as well, is probably what we're more or less looking at. Of course, as always, I want to know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. What do you guys think here about the Bad Batch overall here, and what do you guys want to see here for Season 2? I would absolutely love to hear you guys all think in the comment section down below. Drop a like in the video if you enjoy it, as it really helps for the channel, and check out Instagram on official Star Wars for more Star Wars related content, guys. Thanks so much for watching today's video. As always, may the Force be with you. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great day or night. Peace out.